This is the Cholo News Report for Sunday 08 September 2019. Chichi Ito steps down as the director of the MIT Media Lab, and as a member of the board of directors of the New York Times Company. Yesterday, the New Yorker wrote that the lab hid its financial links with Jeffrey Epstein after Epstein had pleaded guilty of procuring a minor for prostitution in 2008. According to the report, Epstein gave hundreds of thousands of dollars to the lab, and solicited millions from a list of other wealthy donors. Epstein was facing federal sex trafficking charges when he committed suicide in prison in August. Typhoon Lingling impacts South Korea, killing at least 3 people and knocking out power to over 50,000 homes, according to the Ministry of the Interior and Safety. In the central town of Boyeong, a 75-year-old woman was killed after strong winds blew her off her feet and crashed her into a wall, the Interior and Safety Ministry said. The center of the typhoon is expected to pass over the North Korean capital Pyongyang, according to a tracking map by the Korea Meteorological Administration posted on its website. Russia and Ukraine swap prisoners on a 35-35 basis, including Oleg Sentsov and 24 Ukrainian Navy sailors detained by Russia during the 2018 Kerch Strait incident. Russia says the exchange includes Kirill Vyshinsky, and lists of released Russian citizens will be provided later. The Dutch government says it seriously regrets that Volodymyr Seemark is included in the swap. US President Donald Trump lauds the move as perhaps a first giant step to peace. While the exchange of 35 prisoners on each side could help rebuild confidence between Moscow and Kiev, and allow them to start talking seriously over other issues, including a conflict in East Ukraine, full normalization is a long way off. Among those handed to Moscow was Volodymyr Seemark, suspected of involvement in downing a Malaysia Airlines flight over rebel-held East Ukraine in 2014, that killed all 298 aboard. Putin noted the need to continue the preparatory work, so the next Normandy meeting contributes to the implementation of existing agreements at the highest level, the Kremlin added. The Atomic Energy Organization of Iran announces it has activated the research and development of new uranium enrichment centrifuges. It is the third breach of the 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action Agreement, from which the United States withdrew last year, reimposing U.S. sanctions on Iran. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has recently stated his country will reimplement the agreement only if the remaining parties also do so, giving them 2 extra months. The spokesman for Iran's Atomic Energy Organization said Saturday that the Islamic Republic had activated 20 IR-4 and 20 IR-6 centrifuges to boost its stockpile of enriched uranium. Regarding the monitoring and accesses of the International Atomic Energy Agency so that everything is clear, Iran's commitments regarding transparency will be followed as before, he said. Iran denies it is seeking to develop a nuclear bomb, insisting that its atomic program is aimed at fulfilling its energy needs. British Secretary of State for Work and Pensions Amber Rudd resigns from Boris Johnson's cabinet, and the Conservative whip in protest of both his handling of Brexit and his expulsion of 21 MPs from the party. Rudd will now sit as an independent MP in the House of Commons. Rudd addressed the Prime Minister in the letter, saying she joined the cabinet in good faith, and leaving was a difficult decision. Johnson, who has been Prime Minister for 6 weeks, expelled 21 Conservatives, including Winston Churchill's grandson Nicholas Soames and Ken Clarke, the longest-serving Member of Parliament, after they voted to block the Prime Minister's plan to leave the EU without a deal.